All-NBA forward Jalen Duren was underwhelmed by the Detroit Pistons' initial offer in restricted free agency and is planning to explore sign-and-trade scenarios when they're permitted to do next Tuesday. So this was the article, I guess, last night here from Amick at The Athletic. Duren is eligible for a 5-year, $287.1 million extension. That would be 30% of the Pistons salary cap. That's because he made All-NBA. But Sam wrote, the gap between the sides is large enough that Duren is considering ways to land elsewhere. Again, sign and trade route deemed preferable to signing an offer sheet with another team that the Pistons could and likely would match. What do you think of this? The idea maybe that Jalen Duren won't be on the Pistons.
I think it's just a negotiation tactic.
Okay.
I think he does go back to the Detroit Pistons. Because if you go sign somewhere else, let's say it's just a restricted free agent offer, you go sign with a team that's able to sign you to 4 and 177 because you got cap room. You need cap room to be able to sign that much. So it doesn't apply to a lot of teams out there.
Right.
I think the Pistons say, no problem. We'll match that.
We're just not doing 5.
Not even close.
287 or 287. Dear Lord.
No, not even close.
Right.
Like, I don't know what Trajan Langdon is doing in the negotiation room, but I think he should say, in part, okay, let's forget the idea that you made All NBA. Forget about that.
Right.
Let's go back to the 25%, which is still a ton. I mean, even still 200 million and all that is still a ton, but I think that would be the ballpark. Now, the sign and trade part, what names are we talking about? Because if you're making that much money, we're talking about big-time players. And we could be talking about the Kawhi Leonard rumor that the ESPN has thrown out there that Detroit is looking for Kawhi Leonard, who has 1 year left on his contract, but apparently does not want to re-sign in Detroit. He only wants to re-sign with the Toronto Raptors.
Oh, come
or,
on.
I mean, that's a rumor. Or the San Antonio Spurs. The 2 teams that he's played for outside of the Clippers, those would be the 2 teams that he would go to. So I don't see that sign and trade happening because we're talking a lot of money here with Jalen Duren. Beyond that, there's the Jaylen Brown talk.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I'm Brad Stevens, or I don't even need to say if I'm Brad Stevens. I think Brad Stevens is thinking that's a downgrade and we're not doing it. And I think Jaylen Brown is capable of coming back and playing for this team. So I don't think they're doing that at all.
Okay.
And then there's Tyler Hero, something like that. But are Bucks doing that? I don't know. That one makes a little more sense player wise because the Pistons need a Tyler Hero, and maybe the Bucks will say, "All right, we'll take on Jalen Duren," but they have Miles Turner. It's a weird scenario.
How much money would they have?
That's why I think he
centers?
ends up in Detroit.
So you think this is just more negotiating here?
Yeah,
I mean, the question is
the Pistons need a baller. That's for sure. A perimeter baller. That's for sure.
Yeah,
at some point.
The real question is how hard are the Pistons playing ball here when it comes to these negotiations? Because Ziller wonders if Jalen Duren and his agents are maybe balking at the idea of a 25% max. That's what you were saying. Pretend you didn't make All NBA.
Yeah.
That's still a ton of money. That could still be up to 5 years, like 240, right?
That's still
that's probably way too much after what we saw in 14 playoff games where the guy was scoring 10 points per game and he was shooting pretty low efficiency for a center, especially compared to his numbers in the regular season. So, or is Detroit offering even less than that? Or is Detroit trying to include team options in this? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you believe the report from Sam, which why wouldn't you? The gap between the sides is large enough. I mean, what it's really how you interpret what that is. So we'll see here, but I don't know. I think this is actually smart though from the Pistons, as crazy as that sounds.
Just to lower the number?
Yeah, don't just give him whatever he wants. Maybe this isn't an issue if the guy's scoring 25 and 12 rebounds in postseason games and, living up to the hype. But he wasn't. I'm sorry. He cost himself a lot of money. He just did. Yeah. Playing the Magic and the Cavaliers, too.
Right.
Like, we're not playing the best of the best teams.
I think the whole article from Sam Amick is based upon the fact that this is just a negotiation tactic between agent and the front office. And I do question the article because the first line is All NBA forward Jalen Duren. The man's not a forward.
Well, okay, yes.
And you don't even have positions for All NBA teams anymore.
Right. He's All NBA. That's all that matters.
It's just a stupid comment. I think it doesn't really matter. The worrisome part was the playoffs. And it does suck for Trajan Langdon to see the possible numbers that Jalen Duren is capable or is able now to make, because the numbers are just too much. Like the cost is just too much.
And in this, apron era of the CBA in this league, it's like these are the ones you got to get right. It feels like not your main guy. Those are max guys. That's Cade. It's these, the second, second, potentially third best player on your team. Once you start getting into these type of numbers, what he wants, obviously a max, it's like, you're just, I don't know, you're putting yourself in a very difficult position.
Oh, you know what the Trajan Langdon should do? You made me think of Jalen Brunson in New York. Mm-hmm. He should put a contract in front of him and cover the last name. So it just says Jalen on it, and it'll say the numbers that Jalen Brunson makes over the next few years, because he signed for way less. He signed his extension for way less because this cat was getting paid a monstrous amount of money. So Brunson took less. Just push that forward and say, hey, you see these numbers? This is what you should be making. And he'll look at it and say, no. And then
lift it off and his agent would slide another piece of paper back, covered last name, Jalen, spelled differently, of course, but it's Jalen Brown's numbers. He'd say, well, look at this. You want to play Jalen contract? I can play Jalen contract.
But this guy just won a championship, Yeah,
but my guy won a championship too and was finals MVP as well. We got dueling Jalen's here, man.
Jalen banjos.
What number do you think will be fair for both sides, or if he does stay with the Detroit Pistons?
What is fair in today's NBA? Well, I just know that it's going to be more than what Jalen Duren. I was going to say worth, but hopefully he gets better. And he's going to be around the NBA for a long time. He's going to be really good. But as far as a number, I would hope it's a little under 40, but it's 40 is probably it. I think 5 for 200.
Oh, I was wondering. Yeah, 4 for 200.
Why would you do 4 for 200? Oh, you're talking about restricted free agent?
Well, yeah.
I think he'll end up in Detroit. I'm thinking the Detroit numbers and what Langdon's going to offer.
You're saying you'd love to see him, if you're the Pistons front office, him making around $40 million per. He's thinking obviously I'm way more than that. Yeah.
Yeah, but where is he going to get that from? He's not.
Oh, yeah.
Because again, what he can make as a max number from somebody outside of Detroit is 4 for 177.
Well, Lakers would have a lot of cap room in theory still, right?
That's all you can sign him for. Is 4 for 177. Unless you do a sign and trade, but that's different.
Sign and trade, right.
Who's coming back at that money?
All right, we'll keep our eye on this one. And Jalen Duren working out a deal with the Pistons or not. Maybe it is a sign and trade here.